Welcome students, I am Ramin Singh Chauhan. We are going to study today's topic Madelung constant. What is Madelung constant? Before we start Madelung constant, we will talk about some basic things which are involved in crystals, and we know there are different types of bindings, and among those there are ionic bonds, or we can say ionic crystals. So when we talk of ionic crystals, we know ionic crystals involve more than two ions. The attractive and repulsive forces between neighboring ions, next nearest neighbors, etc. must be considered. So when we are considering ionic crystals, then in ionic crystals we have ions, and in ions there are attractive and repulsive forces between the neighboring ions. Like we know there are there are ions, one ion, then second ion, then third ion. So we know that there is attractive or repulsive forces between first and second ion, first and third ion, and so on. So after, and we must consider all these forces, whether attractive or repulsive. So Madelung constant is derived for each type of ionic crystal structure. It is the sum of a series of numbers representing the number of nearest neighbors and their relative distance from a given ion. So here, for determining or calculating Madelung constant, we are considering the ionic crystal structure, and we are adding up the series of nearest neighbors and their relative distances for every given ion. The Madelung constant is specified to the crystal type, that is unit cell, but independent of inter-ionic distances or ionic charges. So each anion fields, what are anions? That is negative ions, and feels an attraction to all the cations around it. Cations are positive ions, and is repelled by every other ion. This electric potential is proportional to the number of charges and inversely proportional to the distance separating them. So a dimensionless constant which determines the electrostatic energy of a three-dimensional periodic crystal lattice consisting of a large number of positive and negative point charges, when the number and magnitude of the charges and the nearest neighbor distance between them is specified. So here we determine a dimensionless constant which is dependent on the structure or lattice spacing, we can say, which is dependent on the crystal lattice. And when we are taking the crystal lattice and the structure where ions are there and considering all the forces, we find a dimensionless constant which we determined here. So Madelung constant is used in determining the electrostatic potential of a single ion in a crystal by approximating the ions by point charges. So here what we are going to do for determining the Madelung constant, we are going to consider the ions as point charges. What are point charges? Where we are considering all the charge concentrated to at the center of the ion. So here we are considering the ions as point charges, and then we are taking, or then we are considering the attractive or repulsive forces, and then we are adding up all these forces, and ultimately we are going to find out the energy. So, and this Madelung constant was named after Erwin Madelung, which was a German physicist. And here the anions and cations in an ionic solid attract each other by virtue of their opposing charges. Separating the ions require a certain amount of energy, and this energy must be given to the system in order to break the anion-cation bonds, because we know that anions and cations in ionic solid are opposing charges, and for this, if we want to break the anion-cation bond, some energy is required to given, and this energy which is given to break the anion-cation bonds is called the lattice energy. The Medlock constant depends upon the geometry of the crystal, as every crystal has a different arrangement according to their Berube lattice structure. So, depending on the lattice structure and the arrangement, Medlock constant depend on this structure and arrangement. Medlock constant is used to calculate the electric potential of a single ion in a crystal, like in NaCl, sodium chloride, which has a arrangement of FCC, that is face centered cubic cell. The Medlock constants relate to their geometry and electrostatic instructions, and the corresponding energy is the principal contributor to the lattice energies of ionic systems, and these energies largely influence many of their physical properties, and these energies are called Medlock energy. Electrostatic or Medlock energy, since the main contribution to the binding energy of ionic crystals is electrostatic, which is a long range interaction between ions minus Z1e and Z2e. And but this is attractive for ions of different type or repulsive for ions of the same type. This interaction energy between an ion I and ions J, whether it is positive or negative, is defined as Uij Coulomb is equal to plus minus k Z1 Z2 E square upon Rij. This is electrostatic or Medlock energy, which is defined on the basis of Coulomb law. We know, as per Coulomb law, we are considering Z1 Z2. Z1 is atomic number of one ion, Z2 is atomic number of second ion, and E is the charge. So, when we are taking Z1 first ion, then Z1E is charge, and second ion, then Z1E is charge, and K is constant, and Rij is distance between the ions I and J. So, here we can see that this is a central potential, and we find the value to be plus minus k Z1 Z2 E square upon Rij. And when monovalent alkali halides are considered, then we set Z1 is equal to Z2 is equal to 1. For monovalent alkali halides, monovalent means when there is only one electron in outermost cell, in valence cell, then Z1 can be considered to be 1 or Z2 can be considered to be 1. So, interaction of outermost electrons will be there as per the basis of Coulomb forces, and we find Z1 is equal to Z2 is equal to 1. And the van der Waals attractive part of this interaction between closed cell ions is similar to that between noble gases and is extremely small in comparison to the Coulomb type of interaction and can be neglected. So, when we are considering van der Waals interaction, in that case the outermost orbit is filled, octet is completely filled. So, here in this case Coulomb interaction can be considered neglected. Now, we will consider an example of Medlock constant. The electrostatic energy of the ion at site is the product of its charge with the potential acting at its site. There occur as many Medlock constants in a crystal structure as ions occupy different lattice sites. Here we are considering example of sodium chloride, which is an ionic crystal. There arise two Medlock constants, one for sodium and another for chlorine. Since both ions, however, occupy lattice sites of the same symmetry, they both are of the same magnitude and differ only by sign. The electrical charge of the Na plus and Cl minus ions are assumed to be one-fold positive and negative, respectively, and the nearest neighbor distance amounts to half the lattice parameter of the cubic unit cell. So here in this NaCl or sodium chloride ionic crystal, for determining Madelung constant, we can consider either Na or Cl. We can determine Madelung constant for sodium or for chlorine, and since the symmetry is there in the structure of lattice sites, so the magnitude of the sodium or chlorine Madelung constants is same, but since sodium and chlorine are having different nature of charges, so they differ by sign only. Now we will consider here how we are going to consider that we can see there are different type of atoms in this diagram we can see, and whenever we are taking, this is a 3D image, 3D diagram, where suppose we are taking this number 1 or we are taking this number 0. So from 0 we can see that 0 is having interaction with 1, with 2, 1, 6, 3, 2 and with 7 or whatever the particles are there. So for this 0 we are taking or considering the interaction with all the particles till infinity, and when we are going till infinity, then we will find some series, and ultimately we will add that series determining the electrostatic potential for all the interactions. So here the Madelung constant is significant is exactly the same way that convergent infinite series are significant. Instead of adding literally ad infinitum, you can just take the limit and be done with it. So for taking infinite series, we can consider the cases of limits and then we can determine the value. Specifically in the case of the Madelung constant, it allows you to find the electric potential of a single ion in an infinite crystal lattice. The way it's normally taught, one considers an ion in an NaCl lattice. Now we will consider the NaCl. Here in sodium chloride, we know that suppose we are having this Na plus ion, that is sodium ion at the center, and then we will have chlorine on one side and then chlorine on second side, and the distance between centers of sodium and chlorine, here this is R naught and this side on the left is minus R naught. Similarly, Na plus and Na plus, they are at 2 R naught distance on the right and minus 2 R naught distance at the left. And similarly, this third chlorine ion, this second chlorine ion is having distance 3 R naught is having distance 3 R naught from the sodium ion, and on the left side it is having minus 3 R naught. So here we are considering all these things in one dimensions. So here we are taking Na plus at x equal to 0 as reference, and R naught is shortest distance between two adjacent ions. So now when we are considering or we are going to determine the Madelung constant, here we will be considering one by one. For the first cell, when sodium is having interaction with chlorine ion which is at R naught distance, the Coulombian energy or potential, if we are going to determine, will be equal to minus 2E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught R naught. Why this is there? Because when we are considering here, we will go to the previous diagram also. Here, when we are considering this Na plus, then electrostatic potential of this Na plus with this chlorine atom as well as this chlorine atom will be in consideration. The distance between them, that is the magnitude, is R naught. So, from there we can say that potential will be equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R. So, where Q1 is what? Na plus, that is 1E or E, Q2 is minus E. So, we are taking for this chlorine, that is K, or we can say minus K E square upon R naught. And similarly for this chlorine, that is minus K E square upon R naught, and then in this case if we add up, then we will find minus 2E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught R naught, where we know K is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R naught by using the Coulomb law. So, here we are adding up for the first cell, where we are taking the nearest neighbors, that is chlorine at distance R naught on both the sides. Then we are going to the second cell, where we are having sodium separated from other sodium ions separated from other sodium ions at 2 R naught distance, and where we will find that this value will come to be 2E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught into 2 R naught. This potential will be equal to plus 2E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2 R naught, and this will be a repulsive energy because we are having like charges. In first case, we were having unlike charges, so this negative sign shows attractive potential, and here we are having repulsive potential. And then we are again going to the next neighbors, means we are going to the third or second chlorine ions. So, for that case the distance is 3 R naught and charge will be same. So, we will have the potential equal to the minus 2E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught 3 R naught. And now, thus the total energy due to all the ions in the linear array will be E is equal to, when we are going to add up all these energies, so that will be E equal to minus 2E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught R naught plus 2E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2 R naught minus 2E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught 3 R naught plus so on. So, energy will be equal to, where we can say, if we are going to take 2E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught R naught as constant, then we will have minus 1 plus 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 4 and so on, then that will be equal to the value of log 2. And so, we will have E is equal to E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught R naught 2 ln 2, and where this value 2 ln 2 will be equal to m, and we will find that E is equal to E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught R naught m, where m is Madelung constant, and for this case of sodium chloride the value of m is equal to 1.38. So, in this case we can determine the Madelung constant, and that comes out to be 1.38. Similarly, if we go for different ionic crystals, then this value of m will change as per the structure, and we will find different value for m for other ionic crystals. So, this is all for the today's class. Next topic we will consider in next class. Thank you. you.